Happy Friday from Chuck's Piano Shop. This is part 15. We have completed the gluing of all the hammers to the shank. And so the last time that I was on, I think I had these two top sections glued and was showing the jig. And so as you see now, we've completed all of them, and we wanted to have a nice straight. See if I can do the camera and show this too. Okay, we wanted to have a nice straight line all the way down, and that came out very good. So very happy with that. Okay, the ones you see sticking up towards the end, that's the base section. Okay, down there. All of the hammers are now trimmed. The hammer shank at the end, as I pointed out the other day, they're sticking out when you first glue them, and so they've all been trimmed flush. And my next step now is I will be doing the final filing of especially the treble hammers, and then we'll be ironing the hammers and juicing the hammers. And then juicing them, we'll be I use Steinway's solution of mixed lacquer to lacquer thinner on the hammers. You can get the hammers already juiced, but I prefer to do it myself to have them come out more the way that I'm looking for. And so that is where we're at, and our next step, as I said, will be that, and then we will start regulating. I've already done a rough regulation on the keyboard with the key height, the key dip, how far down each key goes, and then I will be mounting this action stack on top of the keys, the key frame, and we'll start our regulating process, which basically in piano terms, regulating or regulation means to adjust or to put into adjustment. So basically, I'll be adjusting each of these little brass. These are what I showed you, the capstans, which this is what lifts the bottom of the mechanism underneath. Okay, that little white felt, that capstan's going to go right there and lift this up and start the whole mechanism. You can see, if I do it with my finger, this is what happens. Okay, and if the string was up at the top, the hammer would get away just underneath the string, so momentum carries it. Okay, so we will first adjust that, and then we'll be adjusting what is called let off, which are these, kind of hard to see, I can tell in the light. There you go, these little screws with the buttons right there, and then the drop. This is on each note, which is come into focus. This tiny little screw right here. Okay, then underneath we have another screw right here. This is for the repetition spring, which controls the strength of the jack, and the repetition lever. Come on, Chuck. There we go. And this one is going to control the repetition height, how high the jack is in this window. It actually raises and lowers the window like that. Okay, so we have all those adjustments to make on each note. Then when I fit it into the piano, we'll be fitting the hammers to the strings, which may take, right now they're just put on with a jig, and they'll be somewhat close. You'll see one or two that's out. Let's see, that's out of line a little bit. I don't straighten that until I get it to the hammer and make sure I'm straightening to the right place, until I get it into the piano, that is. Okay, fun stuff and really closing in here. Can't wait to get this thing playing. and hopefully I'll get Jennifer to give us a demonstration on it when we finish. Okay, so thanks for joining in, and have a great weekend.